Mass formation hypnosis ain't a conspiracy theory. It's free-floating anxiety and isolation latching onto a cause of the anxiety. That would be you, anti-vaxxer. Propaganda creates boogeymen for the masses, and the masses form a social bond. Not with each other, but the group. The group doesn't have a human soul. The group is led by power and corruption. This is how man can commit acts future generations will feel are unfathomable. How did they do that? They did it with conditions of social isolation, lack of resonance, lack of a sense of purpose, spirituality weaponized against itself. God is a television set. Oh no, 30 to 50% of people felt lonely pre-corona in the UK. There was a ministry of loneliness. Lonely is the mantra of the age, lack of meaning, lack of a sense of purpose. I said that bit, but it bears repeating. Boredom strikes the souls of those who can't find meaning. And in place of meaning, drama will do. Drama and anger and outrage too. Drain consciousness from the soul of man. Make it an embarrassment to praise Jesus. Or through propaganda, associate that need, that drive with intolerance, ignorance. Humans are free floaters. They need a God to attach to and a set of principles like signposts calling them home. If it ain't God, it's going to be the media or some cult leader handing out cups of Kool-Aid, needles, and broken bones. Strong, free-floating anxiety, aggressive narratives decimating us through society, which gives an object of anxiety. That would be you, anti-vaxxers, the collective, a heroic cause of dealing with the object of anxiety. The object of anxiety are those that don't go along to get along. Give them a group name and fill them with as much disdain as possible. Make it synonymous with the very dregs of society. Anti-vaxxer, anti-vaxxer, anti-vaxxer. Say it every chance you get. And get the alarm of hatred in your eyes. That anxiety will float through the air straight into the minds and the hearts and the souls of those already overwhelmed by anxiety and fear and looking for a place to dump it or an evil group to dump it on. The mass formation starts creating a social bond, but not in between individuals. A solidarity with the collective. The population arrives at paranoia. Everyone starts to sacrifice themselves for the collective. They will sacrifice their children. History has shown us how far this rabbit hole can go. For the collective idea, the collective ideal, a cleansing, a reckoning, no matter how faulty, no matter how diabolical. Solidarity between individuals deteriorates. Mass formation seems to cure the social bond as it deteriorates it. And then loneliness, more loneliness. Where's the ministry of loneliness? And one mass formation leads to another because loneliness increases, isolation and anxiety. My friend just asked me how many will go along with the monkeypox narrative. I said, most will. That's how mass formation works. One into the next, into the next. Like following a false god off of a cliff. Voices of resistance can't stop speaking out lest they become stiff. Rigor mortis is silent, howling in the infinite night. Keep speaking lest that be our plight. Once the voices of resistance stop speaking out, mass formation hypnosis is uninterrupted and thus grows stronger and more cruel. The eyes of the mob grow dead and the gateway for atrocities open wide. There is historical precedence for all this. Speak out, agitate, and educate. There is no way out but through the swarm of social shame, and social shame is an easy get through like a cold plunge. You get used to it. Speak as the emotional rotten tomatoes are hurled in your direction. Your objective is to disturb the fallen out of their hypnotic slumber, out of their resistance to reason and common sense, principles which have led us this far into an environment of freedom and progress. Humanity has fallen towards tyranny before we have historical precedents to see the mechanical ways these regimes take hold and the way they commit atrocities en masse. In time of relative peace, we often wondered how humanity could act in this way as if it was far removed from our potential. But the truth is, it's not. The truth is, we are butted up against it. The will to control always within, in a world spinning out of control, accidentally on purpose. Silence is the devil's doorway. Speak against the tidal waves of outrage and condemnation. Speak like you have no choice, because you really don't.